If you're hunting for that perfect vintage vibe with modern smart features, you've probably come across the Philips Hue White Filament ST19 bulb. But here's what surprised me after testing it out. It looks amazing, but it's far from perfect. Many rave about its retro Edison bulb charm and smart home integration, but I'll reveal the little-known issues that might make you think twice before buying. So if you want the truth on whether this smart filament bulb is really worth your money, stick around because this review will peel back the shiny exterior and get real. Right away, let's talk who this bulb is really for. If you're a Philips Hue ecosystem fan, or just someone wanting to dip their toes into smart lighting with style, this bulb promises that warm vintage glow coupled with smart control via Bluetooth or Hue Hub. Great for your living room, bedroom, or any cozy corner where ambience matters. But if you expect flawless performance or top-tier brightness control, you need to know what you're signing up for. Spoiler alert. The nostalgic look is great, but the tech doesn't always live up to it. Now, before you scoff and say, it's just a bulb, how complicated can it be? This one's a crafty little combo of Edison aesthetics and Philips smart technology, so things get interesting fast. Imagine wanting to relax on your couch and change lighting with your voice. Handy, right? Except the way it works under the hood isn't as seamless as Philips might have you believe. But don't worry, I'll also cover some tips and tricks to get the best out of it, so keep watching. Let's dive deep. First off, the design. The Philips Hue White Filament ST19 nails that vintage style with its classic Edison globe shape and a glowing filament that feels more retro than many smart bulbs on the market. If aesthetics are your priority, it's spot on for giving any fixture a stylish upgrade. However, the trade-off here is brightness and color accuracy. Since it's a white-only filament bulb, don't expect vivid colors or dynamic hues like Hue's color range bulbs. So if you want mood lighting in every color of the rainbow, this one won't deliver. But wait, there's more. The bulb boasts an impressive lifetime of 25,000 hours, which sounds like a dream for anyone sick of replacing bulbs. That's roughly 22 years of average usage. Talk about endurance. Yet, what cracked me up is how many people expect a vintage bulb to flicker or have a real Edison warmth. But these don't flicker at all. Which makes sense for smart bulbs, but it's an ironic twist for the filament fans out there who want that authentic imperfect glow. So it's vintage in looks but modern in smoothness. Now, connectivity. This bulb works with Bluetooth straight out of the box, which means no hub needed if you're just controlling a handful of bulbs in one room. Great news for beginners who are tired of smart home setups that require an engineering degree. However, Bluetooth control caps you at 10 bulbs, so if you're dreaming of smart lighting takeover of the whole house, you'll want the Philips Hue Hub. And here's where the plot thickens. Using the hub unlocks full smart home integration, remote control, and automation but adds cost and complexity. Here's where I notice some hiccups. The setup is theoretically easy, just screw it in and pair via the app. But the app itself, while intuitive, occasionally lagged or dropped the connection on me. Annoying, yes, but not a deal-breaker if you're patient. Voice control support is solid too, working with Alexa and Google Assistant. However, if your Echo is an older model, you'll need the Hue Hub for full compatibility, which feels like a hidden gotcha. So what about brightness? Well, these bulbs put out a warm white light at 2200 K, perfect for cozy ambience but not for tasks needing bright illumination. They're rated at about 550 lumens, which means don't expect to use these as your main light source if you like well-lit rooms. The light is soft, sedimented in that vintage glow, but this limits functional versatility. One of my favorite tiny annoyances to mention is the bulb's lack of dim-to-off capability. You can dim it down, sure, but to turn it completely off, you have to do it from the app or the physical switch. Not a huge deal, yet it felt like a missed opportunity for full convenience. Now, let's talk longevity and value. Philips Hue products aren't the cheapest bulbs on Amazon, often priced in the premium range. So is the white filament bulb worth the price? If you value stylish design combined with basic smart features and already own or plan to buy the Hue Hub, then yes, it fits nicely into that ecosystem. If you don't need the filament look or wider color options, a plain white Hue bulb might serve better at a lower price. Here's a little story. I tried replacing classic bulbs with these in my living room chandelier to impress guests. Everyone loved the look, but when I wanted to set the mood for movie night, the bulb's limited brightness and color temperature made the room feel dimmer than expected. It was cozy, yes, but not cinema cozy. More like, let's wrap up and get some sleep cozy. That's when I realized this bulb is all about style over substance. Rehook time. What if I told you that despite these quirks, the Philips Hue White Filament bulb remains one of the best options for vintage-styled smart bulbs? The key word is one of, not the. It's not perfect but blends smart tech with old-school looks better than the competition. Curious about what else might tip the scale? I'll share the pros and cons next. The biggest pros: stunning vintage design, straightforward integration with Philips Hue ecosystem, and smart voice control compatibility. Plus, the option to start with Bluetooth-only setup is a charity for smart lighting newbies avoiding hubs. Cons: limited brightness and color choices, occasional connectivity glitches, and the need for a hub to unlock full features can be frustrating if you want simplicity or full automation out of the box. Also, the bulb won't flicker like an authentic Edison bulb, which might disappoint purists. Let's sprinkle in some humor here. Why did the vintage bulb break up with the smart bulb? Because it needed some space to be current. And here's one for the tech lovers. What do you call a smart bulb with a personality? A bright spark with a filament of charm. The bottom line: the Philips Hue White Filament ST19 bulb fits a niche. It's perfect if you're after that warm, nostalgic glow with moderate smart control, especially if you're already invested in the Hue ecosystem. It's not the brightest bulb in the room nor the most flexible, but it gently illuminates spaces with style. Before wrapping up, here's a quick joke. How many smart bulbs does it take to screw in a light fixture? Just one, if it's Philips Hue, because it does the rest by itself. And last but not least, why should you never tell secrets to a smart bulb? Because it might light up the whole house. So should you buy the Philips Hue White Filament ST19 bulb? If you want elegant vintage styling combined with smart home basics and you don't mind some quirks, yes, it enhances ambience beautifully. But if you want bright, colorful, super responsive smart lighting without any fuss, look elsewhere. For the best price and current availability, check the link in the description below. Prices on Amazon fluctuate fast, so don't wait too long once you find a deal that works. And remember, this bulb is designed to complement your smart home, not overwhelm it. Choose wisely. Thanks for watching this honest review. If you found it helpful, hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into the tech products you care about. Until next time, may your lights be smart and your vibes vintage.